So that's the Marvel news. Downey's going to be in Captain America 3 and Avengers 3. That Thanos might be getting pushed even further back. So Marvel owned the start of the week. Monday, Tuesday, I was like, Marvel, you're blowing me away with the stuff you're doing. Do you know what I mean? I was really excited. Wake up this morning to find that DC have announced all of the movies. Remember they announced a slate of movies? They just said Batman vs. Superman, Justice League, DC movie, DC movie, DC movie. They didn't say the names of the movie. They just announced this.
Yeah, it was a whole timetable going forward a couple of years, wasn't it?
From 2016 to 2020. There was like 9 movies in there.
Yeah.
People were going, holy shit. So they announced all of those movies, and holy shit, is it exciting.
They've actually named them all, have they?
They've named every single one of them. All right.
Oh, well.
2016, obviously we know Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. 2016, also Suicide Squad, being a team of criminals. Deathstroke, Harley Quinn, I think is on the team now, Deadshot, who are basically sent out on missions for the government to get their sentences reduced. Also coming out the same year as the Sinister Six, which I think is a nice little play by Warner's and DC. So they're going up against not only Marvel Studios but Fox as well. You know, so that's pretty interesting. 2017, the first ever superhero movie where the title character is a woman. Wonder Woman movie confirmed for 2017.
Jesus Christ.
With Gal Gadot. The Gal Gadot. Yeah.
They must have a lot of faith in her.
They must think she's doing a good thing with the character if they're going to give her own movie.
Yeah. We're yet to see how the public has reacted to will react to her in that role. She could bomb. People could say, "Oh God,
yeah.
what a this likable character."
But interesting enough, as you say that, at the same time they announced this, they announced that they are going to put $2 billion into this. That's how much they're spending on all of these movies, their franchises, marketing, promotion. They're spending $2 billion per year. Like, what the fuck? They must be very confident in what they're doing, what they're setting up to be willing to spend that much money a year. So after Wonder Woman, we've got Justice League movie in 2017. 2018, The Flash. Different to the TV series that just started. After The Flash in 2018, we've got Aquaman. Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa. Ah, fucking what's his face from Game of Thrones?
Khal Drogo is going to be Aquaman. Which I think if you want to set up a character who's been given years of abuse about talking to fish and you want to make him seem like a real badass, you go with a lad who looks like a fucking beast of a human being. So it gives him a bit of credence. 2019 Justice League 2. Now they've announced that Justice League Part 2. So the 2 Justice League movies are connected and they're going to be split in half. My only issue is that we've got a 2-year wait.
Yeah, I mean, so long as the first one still feels like a separate, complete story. I don't want to be sitting there and then to be continued coming up the fucking end of the thing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, no,
that would be a real kick in the gicker, do you know what I mean? What I'm hoping is that they're going to just go with having the 2 movies where it makes sense that they're connected, so what happens in the first one bleeds kind of into the second one, but they are filming the Justice League movies back to back. Jesus. Also in 2019, Shazam.
Isn't that a basketball movie or something?
No, it's well, yeah, actually it is, but it's also the name of a DC character whose powers are he's a young boy who says Shazam, gets struck by lightning and gets powers. So there's that, and 2020 Cyborg movie and a Green Lantern movie. They're rebooting Green Lantern, no Ryan Reynolds, and they're ignoring the first movie. But that's not all. They also said that there will be Batman and Superman movies released in that time period of 2016 to 2020. There will be a standalone Batman movie and a sequel to Man of Steel.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the fact that we're basically getting like 12 DC movies for the next 4 years?
I have mixed feelings, right? My first feeling is that, we've said this before, we're living in a golden age at the moment. A golden age of comic book movies. Wonderful time to be alive and to be a cinema goer. This news just adds to that. It lets you know it's not going to end anytime soon. You've got at least another handful of years where they're going to keep churning out these presumably, hopefully, great comic book movies.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Everything crossed. But on the other hand, I'm kind of thinking it's staggering overconfidence. It's like we're churning out these great films. Everybody loves these films. let's get a fucking timeline for the next 5 years. We're going to bang out 20 more of these films, and we're going to throw all our money into it. It's a bit too brave. The best example there is Wonder Woman. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Especially when you say it's actually that actress. If you were going to say we're going to see how it plays out, we're going to see if we reboot the character, we might get a different actress. But to actually say that this film that hasn't even been released yet is getting a sequel, a spin-off of this one particular character, that's brave. Maybe
they are overconfident, and I would say that they are overconfident if I didn't know who was involved in all of this. So, for example, Charles Roven, he's the producer. Well, he was one of the producers of Man of Steel. Now, if you watch Kevin Smith, an evening with Kevin Smith, he talks about Charles Roven and how Charles Roven wanted Superman to fight a giant spider.
Was that guy? I didn't recognize the name, but I remember the story.
I think it was that guy, or was it? Oh no, that wasn't. That was John Peters. Okay, now I'm feeling now, that makes me feel good because he's not involved at all. Charles Roven was involved in The Dark Knight, Batman Begins, Man of Steel. He wasn't involved in Green Lantern. He did an interview recently where he said Christopher Nolan was involved in choosing the cast for Batman vs Superman. Christopher Nolan has a good track record of taking actors you think are going to be fucking shit in movies and turning them into fucking gold. Perfect example, Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger, everyone said he was going to be a terrible Joker, and now, for me, he's the definitive portrayal of Joker. We all know how I feel about Jack Nicholson and Tim Burton. We won't get into that.
Yeah, you won't let us forget.
He also took Anne Hathaway and made her great as Catwoman. She was actually probably one of the best things about that movie. So I'm confident in that, and also the chap who's the head of Warner Brothers now, Kevin Sugihara, I think his name is. Mm-hmm. He was involved in the DC animated. He was in charge of that. And if you've ever seen any of the DC animated movies, they're really good. Like, very, very well made, great stories. And he's a big kind of, he really waves the flag for, we've got all these great characters, let's make movies out of them because the movies are popular and blah, blah, blah. So I feel like they're on the right track, do you know what I mean? And that they've got a good team in place. But like you said, it does show an overabundance of confidence to be like, we know this character is going to be so well received, we're going to give it a movie before you even 2 years before you even see that character for the first time. We're telling you you're going to get a sequel to her. That is a bit too confident.
It's a surprising move, especially when it comes to the money men. The money men are notoriously very careful when it comes to stuff like this. They wait to see what the public reaction is to a thing before they greenlight a sequel. There's a couple of films there I don't really care about. Let's say Aquaman. I'm interested to see where it's going to go, what kind of a film it's going to be, if I'm going to like the character. I don't know anything about him. I'm also interested to see Green Lantern getting rebooted. I didn't hate the first one. I think we've discussed this before. It's not a fucking great film at all. But I don't hate it. It's not awful. If it was the only thing on telly, I would watch it. I wouldn't just sit there with the telly off.
Not really a vote of confidence. Is that really? I would rather watch that than watch anything.
Are you going to make an official announcement about your good news?
Oh yeah, to anyone who isn't friends with me on Facebook, which there's a couple. Henry's Movie Club, as we've talked about before, the most frequent commenter on our videos. Oh yeah. My wife is now 3 months pregnant. I'm gonna be a dad while I'm still a child. So I'm very excited, also fucking terrified. So yeah, first scan is on Monday, so I'm gonna find out if it's a boy or a girl on Monday. Yeah, we're gonna find out. The reason we're finding out is because we have people who said, "Oh, let us know," or they want to send us presents and gifts, and we don't want people sending us stuff that we can't use.
Oh, okay, so, yeah. One thing about that is like they can make mistakes. Don't get your hopes up either way, or don't be too disappointed if the news isn't what you wanted to hear.
I have my fingers crossed for a girl, but we'll see what happens. Sounds really dodgy when I heard it back to myself.
Yeah, especially like when your son grows up and watches this video.
Yeah.
He wants a girl. I'll show him a girl.
Just chops his cock off.
Do you love me now, Daddy? A big gaping hole where my cock should be. Jesus, there's some horrible images for you.
Well, actually, yes, son, I do love you more.
Wow.